What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with my Week 10 waiver wire content. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. I'll respond as always. So let's hop into top streamers, top waiver wire ads for this week. We'll start off with a streamer at quarterback. Justin Fields will be my number one ad if he's available. He was the number one ad last week. Hopefully you got him then. If you didn't, keep your eye out. He's still available in over half of the league, so he might be out there. In your league, Justin Fields will definitely be my top ad, especially with the schedule that he's got coming up and the recent dominance that he's shown in fantasy football. Running the ball an absolute ton. If I was looking for a streamer, Trevor Lawrence plays Kansas City this week. It's a good matchup. They'll have to put up some points if they're to throw. He'll probably run a good amount as well. Because of you expect his pass attempts to be high or dropbacks to be high, it gives him more opportunities to take off. So he would be my streaming quarterback if Justin Fields is already taken in your league. Moving on to the running back position, got a few interesting names here. Jerick McKinnon, a guy I think is a worthwhile ad, played over 70% of snaps in that Kansas City game. Another guy that I would be adding, though, first off, would be Jeff Wilson Jr. He'd probably be my top waiver wire ad overall this week. If we look down, first game in Miami, he out-touched Raheem Mostert, and that was in week one, obviously. Was more efficient as well. Looked good. I think he has an opportunity to be very involved in that backfield, or at least, a split guy who you can start almost every week because of the situation there. Another guy I would throw out there that should be rostered every week, Rachaad White. He is a league winner if Leonard Fournette go down and you have him. He could be a huge ad. Obviously, he's not super involved at the moment, but Lenny has not been super efficient either this year. So I think that opens the door for him moving forward. Let's talk receivers. I think this guy is turning into one of the top ads. Mecole Hardman, if we look at what he's done the last 2 weeks, 4 targets, had 2 touchdowns in that game with 2 carries as well. And then we saw him with 9 targets this last week, getting involved in the offense. Another name I'll throw out there, Wan'Dale Robinson. He is got a good schedule coming up. Has been target. Obviously, it was very disappointing the week before, but if you look at their depth chart, the receivers they currently have, it's pretty void. And he was actually brought in by the current coaching staff, so that's something that I think goes in his favor. If we're going to look at somebody else, Terrace Marshall Jr., he's been playing a good amount of snaps recently. And, if you look at these targets, 9 targets, 6 targets, was a talented receiver coming out of LSU. Still very, very young, so there's still some upside there, I think. I think he's a worthwhile ad, especially with a matchup against Atlanta this upcoming week. The tight end position, there's a few guys out there I think that are worth actually an ad this week. Cade Otton, I think, is worth an ad. We've seen that how much Tampa Bay throws the ball, and then we look at his stats. He had 6 targets last week, 5. Pretty solid targets for a tight end. You could do worse. I think this guy is a little bit a higher upside, but maybe a lower floor. Excuse me, everybody. Sorry for that audio issue. Cole Kmet this last week, he had 6 targets as well. You can see the other previous weeks, not a ton of targets, but I think with how well Justin Fields is playing, another great matchup against Detroit this week, I definitely think you can play Cole Kmet, and he probably has a higher ceiling than Cade Otton to me, but again, lower floor as well. Now let's check out the defenses for this week, see who's available. There should be some pretty good teams this week because of all the buys last week. Like Saints defense against Pittsburgh, would love to play them this week. Giants defense against Houston, another great play. So both of those are great plays. Keep your eyes on the waiver wire. Cardinals defense against the Rams as well. Rams have struggled a ton recently. If you guys have made it to this point in the video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. I'll respond as always. This has been Fantasy Joe. Thank you guys so much for watching.